Recording. Bobby Lopez here, quickfixgolf.com. We're having our online golf class. Today's class is about the swing plane, and hope you're going to at least enjoy this and learn something, because we're putting up with this coronavirus. Never thought corona could do that much damage. Drink it all the time. Anyway, what does it mean to be on plane? As far as I'm concerned, now Hogan describes it as like a plane of glass with a hole in it so you can stick your head through it and it lays on top of your shoulders. And it's actually, we look at it this way, right? Hold on here. We'll go like this, and we'll go like this. And he would say you need to operate on that area right there. Would really see I'm going to go up like this. I just want to see just for fun of it. Ooh. Now come on down. Boom. Okay. Now, as far as I'm concerned, there's only one plane that even matters, and that's this one right about here. As soon as you start right there, there's not much chance that you can fix it or change it from there to the ball because it's moving too fast. I could be wrong about that. It won't be the first time. But if you look at, and let me back up a second here. What does it mean to be on plane? This club is built on a lie angle, meaning if you took a measure from the center of the shaft to the ground in degrees, this was, I think, a 6-iron I was using, so I would say it's probably somewhere around 61 degrees. I can't draw with this thing. Try. There we go. So we need to rotate the golf club on that 61-degree plane, because if the club is too steep, the ball is going to go to the right. If it's too shallow, the ball is going to go to the left, because you're not going to have the entire golf club sole flat on the ground. It's built to be hit on a 61-degree lie angle. That's the only way the ball is going to go straight. So that's what we talk about, bending the lie angles in your club. Let's pretend that your path is a little more shallow than the 61 degrees. So we need to take the golf club, put it in a machine, and bend it down this way, bend the toe down in the neck, and make it more shallow to accommodate your swing. But let's just pretend right here, this is the plane we want. This is the one I have to travel on the way down. As I go up, you see I'm not on that same plane. I'm above, because it's a whole lot easier to melt down to the plane than it is to be underneath and have to try and lift up to the plane. Haven't been many guys that can do that. Bruce Litsky was one of them. There's not many. Now, if we look at Jim Furyk, might as well go for the gold here and get the craziest possible scenario there is. There's where that golf club is built. That's where it ought to be when he gets to the golf ball. Let's see what he does. Now, he took that club all the way to Bayonne, but the ball doesn't know that at this point. So then he drops it down, and look how that shaft and that head is going to go right down that line, and that club is going to be just about right there where it started. Where your club is at address and where it is when it gets to the ball won't necessarily be the same. You might have the toe up a little bit on the golf club because you're accommodating some droop. See, this club's not straight, it's actually drooping. See if I draw a line right there, see? The shaft droops down. You can really see it with a longer club like a driver, and you'll see how. Perky, where are you, buddy? Here he goes. Here he goes. And you see the club droops. Longer the club, the more it droops. If you look right here at Sergio Garcia, I'm glad I'm not a bullfighter, Garcia, he will take this golf club, whatever lie angle it happens to be on, and he's going to put it right back where it started. Up, Boom. If we look at Monsieur Tiger, you're going to see him do basically the same thing. Now, the big question is going to be, how do they do this? How do I do it? Not me, but you. See, golf club's right back in the same place. As Tiger says in his book there, that the impact position is about 3 degrees closed from what it was when it started. So it's not exact, but it's within 3 degrees. So how do you take the golf club back and then put it right back where it started? Well, in theory, if you keep the club, as you see his shaft is pointed right at that ball. That's why they sell these, and I'm not saying to get one, they sell these laser things that you put into the butt of the club, and then you can put tape, or if it's just in the dark room or in your living room or something, and you take the club back and you keep the light in that line going straight back from the ball. I'd rather do it with a $1.80 snow pole, which is what I'm using here, because it's a $1.80 and I'm cheap. Because the laser thing is going to be around, $99.99, but you get the video that you're not going to want anyway, so it tells the difference. So this way you just get some sticks. I should have put a stick here, but I've never been accused of being smart. See? And then I'm above, but pointed at the line of flight. Now, yes, the light has the added advantage. You can see the light on the ground. You could probably go to a pet shop and get one of those laser pointers that you use to drive your cat crazy, and you can put that in the butt of your golf club and maybe use it that way. But you're better off by having this golf club pointed where it is you're trying to go. Let me show you a McElroy. Than trying to recover. But as you saw with, I went too far. There he is. With Jim Furyk, you can go way, way, way out there somewhere and then come back. See, he stays right on it. Then he comes on up. Where's his club going to be pointed? Right at that line of flight, right behind the ball. If you had an imaginary stick right here behind the ball, there's another stick. Here's another stick. See, then he comes on down and he goes right down that line. Boom, he's right back where he started. Right back where he started. If we look at, what else can we see here? Here's Immelman. I'm going to show you in a minute how to do this. Let me just show you another example. Here he goes, right up that line. See that? Face is open. He's going to go right down and get that golf club right back where he started. Now, here's the drills that I would do in order to do this. One is, and don't pay attention to all these other sticks. There's only one stick that matters, and that's this one right here. Because your only chance of getting that golf club back where it was is by coming in this way. And I'll show you what I mean. Here is, I'm not going to mention the name to protect the innocent. There we go. Now watch this. Right off the bat, see? See the left foot? Now watch. He's going to set the right foot back. And now what does he have? He's in mucho trouble though, because now he's set up this way. But his shoulders are set up the other way. That's where you can see his left leg. See? Look at the difference over here where I am. I'm parallel to those sticks on the ground. Now he's going to take the club back. Let's draw a line up the shaft. Da, 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 da. Come on. Now watch. Watch what happens. See him slide forward. So then that club's going to come from the outside and above and hit down on top of the golf ball, and he cold pulls it to the left, unbeknownst to him. See? Look at how he jumps right out of the spine angle because he has to. Because that club's coming down steep and outside. What you need to do here is go outside the stick, hinge it up, come on, hinge it up. Now, drop the arms, go underneath the stick, and rotate the club over, swinging outside. So to you, it's going to feel like, here's a bird's eye view, here's the ball, here's your left foot, here's your right foot, here's the stick. You're going to go outside the stick, inside the stick, and out this way. You're going to say, well, how the hell is that going to make me get the golf club right back to where I started? You have to come into it from this angle here to get it back where it started. Once you get out to this angle, go on that way, you're toast. Not to mention, look how high his hands are. See that? If we go back and look at Perky, hey Perky, hey Perky. See his arms hanging? Watch how he's going to go up and then down. He's going to come back from the inside. Look how that club head is lagging so far behind him. See, he comes in from the inside. Here, he's coming down from the outside. His body moves forward. Now he's in trouble because he's in front of the golf ball, so he's got to back up. So then he backs up and pulls away and goes right across himself. You see it? Capiche? Here's Ola Sable. See, he comes from the inside. Jimenez, he's got all kinds of crap moving around, but that's all right. He's a nice guy, though. He's a lot of fun to be around. In case you ever wondered, he smokes. Got him right here. Partagas. Series P, number 2. That's the one he likes. And you won't be able to get one unless you break the law. But anyway, here we go. Look at this. He comes in underneath. You can't get there from over the top. You just can't get there. You just can't get there from over the top. It ain't going to happen. So you've got to have 2 drills that you can work on, which is this over-under, which we just did. That'll force you to come in from the inside. And this stick path, which is good, because it'll help you set the club in the right place at the top to make it easier. Now all you got to do is, instead of leading with your upper body like this young man did, you just pull down, 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 give the arms a little head start from the body, and bang, you'll land right on the line. Boom. Next thing you know, you got the club right back where it started. Another thing you can do And I should have put this down here, but I didn't. Again, I've never been accused of being smart. This is where you're going because it looks confusing to people if you don't put that there. You go straight back on this stick, come down on this stick, and head out on that stick. Up I go. Now I head down on the inside stick. See how that club's way behind me? And away I go. All right, let's open it up to questions. Where did they go? Here they go. Who's got a microphone? Microphone. Give me the microphone. Who's got a question, anybody? You can either type one in the box, or if you got a microphone, go ahead and yell it out.
Okay, Bobby, got a question for you.
Go ahead.
That stick that you put into the ground, that you're, going around and under.
Yep, over here.
Yeah, and that when you first started the seminar today, you did the swing plane. You drew one line up to your shoulder, your ear, wherever, and then another one back under your shoulder, and you filled it in.
Let me do it right there. Hold on, I'm going to do it right now. There's one. There's another one. There you go.
Okay, now as I can now see, that stick is stuck right in the middle of that plane, or that
well the stick is not placed perfectly, and nobody's going to put it perfect anyway, but I probably should have put that stick probably closer to, darn it, why didn't it erase that thing? That stick probably should be closer to being right there. But 10 feet further out, it shouldn't even be there. You should say probably there. That's where it probably ought to be. I probably have it a little bit too high, but having it the way I have it there right now, it makes it a little easier on the way down. It gives you a little more leeway. The real.
So
go ahead.
That to me looks like it's pointed to your belt buckle.
Yeah, probably. But you're taller than I am, so you have higher belt buckle. The real purpose of this part of the drill is to give the feeling of starting the golf club back, which may be grossly exaggerated, out here, down here, and out there. This drill will get you to be a little more exact as far as where you're setting the golf club at the top, so that you can follow down that line that you're looking for right there, wherever it is. See? Because you're going to come right down to that line because you set the club in the right place. Now all you got to do is go. But you sort of have to do both to get you got to get the feeling of over, under, and out, over, under, and out. You got to drill that into your head a bunch. And then you tighten it up by saying, let me get it, instead of over, under, and out, let me just hinge it up and get it pointed right at the line of flight. And now all I got to do is go, which is the 2 o'clock drill. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Lots of times, and that's the hard part getting across, that when you're doing a drill, it's usually a gross exaggeration of what really you're trying to accomplish. You overdo it. It's like my piano teacher used to say when I was a little kid, you say you got to know your piece 200% for the recital because you're going to choke and you'll still know it 100%. So you got to overdo it, on the drill, and then it'll melt down to where, because once you get a golf ball there, everything changes. It never fails. That's why Tiger used to say, you got to take a swing from the driving range to the practice round, from the practice round to a tournament, from a tournament to a major, and it can fall apart anywhere along the way. They go through the same thing. So you get on the driving range, you start to hit it real good, everything's going great, you get to tee up with your buddies, and all of a sudden, first 4 holes, you're 90 over par. You wonder what the heck happened. But that happens to touring pros too, believe me. Any other questions? Who's got a question here, anybody?
Hey, Bobby, it's Justin.
Hey, Justin.
So you've said to me in a few videos to get my left arm higher in the backswing.
Right.
Could you just kind of talk about where you think is a correct position for the left arm? I think I tend to get around myself versus up.
Okay, good
What,
question.
what are you looking for with getting the arms high?
Number one I want to do is this. I want to make sure that my hands, where they are, you see that they're in the center of my chest. I will feel like my left arm is parallel to this stick on the ground, but it's really not. But it'll feel that way because most people, they get their arm back behind themselves. Let me see if I can find you one. I usually will have one here somewhere. Let's see what this guy does here. See, they get behind themselves. See where his hands are? See how the face is wide open? See how his arm is back here this way? Mine's more outside my right ear. So that I can pull on the chain and pull straight down. If Sergio's right and his dad told him, I want you to feel like you're pulling down on the chain with both hands, you can't pull on the chain if the chain's behind you, because if he just pulled down right now, he'd stick the club in the ground right there. So what does he have to do? Watch, his upper body, I guarantee, is going to go forward so that he can get to the golf ball. Let's see here. Oops. Oh, that's a lesson. Here it is. So he's going to go back. Oh, he's trying to do the stick drill here. See, he got the club face wide open. Now he's trying to come from the inside. Throw it over, throw it over. You better throw it over quick. See his face right here? See how open it is? Watch mine. Mucho importante. I lift up. Watch, I'm going to lift up. I'm going to lift. I want to reach up for the chain. So let's go up to the chain. Here we go. You ready? Up. Up for the chain. And then pull down. Throw it over. Start throwing it over. But hurry up. You're going to be late. I'm late. But you see the face turn it over. Now, if we look at Sergio again, because he's a real good example of this, and I'm not saying
Yeah. So Bob, so you're saying that guy on the right, he got the club pointed at the plane, but he got the club behind him versus
right
in front of the chest. Okay.
So you see here's Sergio reaching up for the chain. Look at all these young players today. Almost everyone you look at, their hands are above their head, at the top of the backswing. Because the higher that chain is, the more time he has to pull down. Now I know there's exceptions like Rahm, but he's a moose too, so he makes up for it in other ways. Here's John Rahm. See, but his hands are still out in front of his chest, not around behind him. And look at him, look at him, look at him lower that shaft. Look at that. See, he comes in from the inside. Boom. He's a moose, I'll tell you that. Should have been a linebacker or something. What they're doing playing golf. Let me see here. See? The plane of importance is on the way down. See that? He's got the club parallel to where he's going on the way down. What he does on the way back is can only make things easier if you do a better job of having it on plane the whole way. You never get off it. You don't have to get back on it. But there's an awful lot of players that are not on plane on the way back, but they're on plane on the way down. Meaning that they've got the golf club at the same angle that the lie angle on the golf club is built. A driver is probably around 55 degrees. See? If he had a 6-iron in his hand, it would look like this. If he had a wedge in his hand, it would look like this. Any other questions? Good question. Good question. Throw it at me. I can take it. I don't see anybody there. Any questions? Man, it's scary when there's no question. I wonder if either I did too good a job or everybody's in a coma. Hated this drill when you first looked at my swing because I couldn't do it. Laughing out loud. Now that's money.
Hey, Bobby.
Yes, sir.
One thing that I always had an issue with about visualizing pulling down on that chain was that when I think about pulling on a rope or whatever, the first thing I do is I come down with my head and my shoulders and my knees and all that, trying to have my whole body come down toward the ground. When you're saying pull down the chain, you're actually wanting your hands to move down and around, but leave your head and your spine where it is.
Exactly. That's where the 2 o'clock drill. If you think of the ball, 12 o'clock. Here's 2 o'clock. What we used to do when I was in high school, in junior high, we used to put our golf bag over here. Stare at your golf bag and pull down, throw it away. Pull down, throw it away. Pull down, throw it away. And keep your eyes on that golf bag the whole time. That prohibits you from going this way, which is what that other gentleman did that I showed you a minute ago that was pull on his driver. He starts in with the upper body going forward. No, you got to keep your eyes on your golf bag over here, and you pull down, throw it away. Pull down, throw it away. Throw it away, meaning you pull down and rotate the forearms over, let it go. See, but I drop this, see, and I'm not moving forward. Look, my head is not moving at all. See that? I have to keep the body still, and that's very, it's hard. It takes time. You got to discipline that, and you got to do it a billion times. And right now, while you're locked in house, you can do it. If you don't break any lamps, you can do it right in the living room. Just pull down. You look at Rom. He's going to pull down here. He gets to here, and now watch what he's going to do. See, look. See, is his body moving? No, not really. A little bit of chest. But you see, he's pulling down. Here's the mark. Now watch. Straight down. He's not going that way. Well, I'm glad you just mentioned this, because this is perfect. Hold on. This is perfect. Perfect. Here's what I want to get across to you. This is perfect. You hardly ever see this. Hold on. Let me go right here. Oh, Sergio, que cosa, hombre, Sergio. Now watch what he's going to do. Now, I'm going to put a mark right here where his hands are. And watch where they're going to go. There they are again. There they are again. There they are again. It's this way. People seem to, instead, if anything, it's almost, might tell you this feeling is he's going out this way. It's like Hogan said, he's pulling an arrow out of the quiver. He's going that way. Everybody wants to go this way. So they want to turn their chest back to the ball. Look where his chest is. His chest is facing that way. That's what keeps him below the plane. Same thing here. Look at Rom. His chest is facing us. We can see his chest. If we go back to the golfer that we saw there, you're going to see his chest go to the ball right away. So that's why Nicklaus said, I felt like I had to get the club to the ball before the buttons in my shirt got there. Now watch. I'm going to go this way. Now watch. See? His chest is turning first. His chest is already facing the golf ball. Sergio, clean that malarkey off, is going to be facing us. Look at the difference in those two shafts. You see it now? And that's the hard part, is to be patient and wait. You get to the top, it's just like you've got these 4 soldiers here, or 5 soldiers, and they're going to do a column left march. It goes column left march. This guy marks time, doesn't do anything. This one has to march to here. This one has to march to there. This one has to march to there. This one has to march to there. And this guy right here is your left shoulder if you're right-handed. He has to be patient. He has to wait, mark time, and wait for the club to get around. Because if his left shoulder leads, now you'll never. These guys are going to all march and end up in a straight line, which is impact. Here's the club head. Here's your left shoulder. If your left shoulder goes this way, how the heck are you ever going to have a straight line? It's not going to happen. These guys aren't going to be able to keep up, so it's going to be open, and it's going to slice off into the woods. That's what happens to most people. If you really hustle or you slam your hands over real hard, now you shut the face and you snap hook it into the other woods. Take your pick. Take your pick. But that left shoulder's got to stay there and wait. See here, his left shoulder went. And it went so far that now he goes, oh, and I got to pull up. And I got to pull out of my own way. Because if I don't, I'm going to stick the club right in the ground. Hope you see it now. I hope you see it now. I hope you see it now. Anybody else? Throw me a question. Go ahead. I can take it. We'll call it a day. We'll be on again tonight, but it's going to be the same topic. And then we have some other topics coming up Saturday. And I hope you're getting something out of these. And I also posted them on the website where you can go see the replay in case you want to. You see right here, you just tap for replay, tap here for replay, tap there for replay, and I'm going to put this one up in a few minutes, and you'll be able to replay that too. Oh, look at this, Friday.
Bobby,
It's already at 3 o'clock. I'm sorry, there's no 8 o'clock tonight. Sorry, go ahead.
Your downswing feel that you give sometimes of your left butt cheek going back to your right heel, kind of like the shaft lane drill.
Right.
When do you do that? Does that happen after you've given the arms a head start?
Let me show you. Let me show you a guy who's really good at it. Where did he go? There he is. It's a crummy picture because it's off the TV set. Watch what he's going to do. This is a perfect example. Now watch. He's going to drop his arms just like he's pulling down on a rope. Come on. Look at that. He pulls straight down. He pulls straight down. He pulls straight down, and then watch his left hip. Watch his left hip. It turns. That's why I said the feeling for me is that the left cheek of my fan, he's headed for my right heel. See? He's pulling down. Look how tight his right elbow is into his body. That's as far as the video goes.
Yeah, so you're saying you feel like your arms pull down first, and then after they've pulled down a little bit, then you're...
I just give the arms just a little head start, just enough of a head start for them to get there on time. Because they've got more added. They've got more. Look at this the other way here again. Let me try this again. That when Garcia gets to the top, and I'm picking on him only because he's got the most of this. Probably too much. But that club head's got to go from here all the way to there in the same period of time that this left shoulder has to go from there to there. See, because the shoulder's not going to go any further now, it's going to go up and back. See, it's not going to pass that ball. So the shoulder only has to go this far. That club head and those arms have to go that far. So you better give the arms and hands a head start. Because, like Tiger says, the arms win the race. Jack Nicklaus, I felt like I had to get the club to the ball before the buttons of my shirt get there. Al Geiberger, I felt like I was ringing a bell. Ben Hogan, I felt like I'm pulling an arrow out of the quiver. They're all saying the same thing. All right? Get to work, gang. Hopefully we'll see you Saturday. A whole new topic. Let's get some microphones. I do better if somebody's yelling at me. Shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know.
Have a good one, Bobby.
All
Thanks.
right, Johnny.